day, lost again. The ship keeps track for me, but I've stopped caring. Time feels different out here, like it doesn't belong to me anymore. It stretches and folds and sometimes disappears entirely, leaving me adrift in the quiet. So I anchor myself with these stories, speaking to you, ship, filling the silence with words that feel like lifelines. Today I saw something that made me stop, something I can't explain. It started as a shadow, just a faint blur against the faint light of distant stars. At first, I thought it was an asteroid, another piece of rock floating aimlessly through the void. But as we got closer, I realized it was something else. A planet. A rogue planet. Do you know what that means, ship? A rogue planet is a world without a sun, a planet cast out of its system, drifting alone through the galaxy. No light, no warmth, no orbit. Just endless night. Scientists used to speculate about them back on Earth, about how many might be out here, wandering the void. Seeing one with my own eyes, it's haunting. Beautiful, but haunting. The planet was massive, its surface cloaked in ice and shadow. At first glance, it seemed dead, lifeless. But then, as we orbited closer, I saw it, a city. No, not a city exactly. A ruin. Towers and structures, crumbling and broken, buried under layers of frost and dust. An entire civilization, abandoned and silent. I couldn't look away. My mind raced, trying to imagine who had built it, who had lived there. Were they like us? Did they stand on those towers and look up at their sky, wondering if anyone was out there? Did they dream about reaching the stars the way we did? Or were they different? Alien in ways I can't even begin to comprehend? I thought about a movie I watched as a kid. It was one of those old alien invasion films, the kind that made you afraid to look out your window at night. The aliens weren't friendly, of course. They never were in those stories. They came to conquer, to destroy, to take what they wanted and leave humanity in ruins. I remember watching it with my dad, hiding behind a pillow during the scary parts, but secretly loving every second. He used to tease me about it later. I'd spend weeks checking the sky for UFOs after watching something like that. "You're safe," he'd say, laughing. "If there are aliens, they're too far away to bother with us." I believed him mostly. But out here, staring at the remains of a city on a planet that shouldn't even exist, I wonder if he was wrong. This place, it wasn't the result of an invasion. It didn't look destroyed, just abandoned. Like whoever lived here had left, or disappeared, or maybe just faded away. The towers were enormous, stretching toward a sky that had never seen a sunrise. Roads crisscrossed the landscape, wide and deliberate, leading to places that no longer mattered. I wanted to land, to explore, to see it up close. But the planet was unstable, its atmosphere barely holding together. The surface was riddled with cracks, and faint green light glowed from deep within them, pulsing softly like a heartbeat. It wasn't safe. So I stayed in orbit, tracing the outlines of the city from above, letting my imagination fill in the gaps. Who were they? These people who built a city on a rogue planet. Did they choose this place, or was it chosen for them? Did they know their world would drift away from its sun, or was it a slow, inevitable disaster they couldn't escape? I I can't stop asking questions, even though I know I'll never find the answers. The roads fascinated me the most. They were vast, stretching far beyond the city, disappearing into the frozen horizon. They looked like they were meant to connect something, other cities, maybe, or other worlds. Or maybe they were just symbols, lines drawn into the ice to remind the people here that even in the darkness, they were part of something bigger. I tried to imagine their lives. What it would feel like to live on a planet without a sun, without the warmth and light that we take for granted. Did they adapt, evolve in ways we can't understand? Or did they fight it, building machines and cities to hold on to what little light they had left? I think about Earth, about the way we clung to our own dying resources, always fighting, always reaching, always hoping. The ruins reminded me of the alien cities in that old movie. But this wasn't fiction. This was real. And it wasn't scary, not in the way I expected. It was sad, heartbreaking even, because this wasn't a story of invasion or destruction. It was a story of loss, of something beautiful, something full of life and light that had been swallowed by the void. Do you think they left, ship? Do you think they saw the end coming and escaped to another world, another system? Or did they stay, hoping the light would return, hoping their planet would find its way back to a star? Maybe they left messages, like Voyager, sending their voices into the void, hoping someone would hear them. I searched for signals, but there was nothing, just silence. The city was empty, its towers standing like monuments to a forgotten past. I wondered if they were like me, if they told stories to fill the silence, if they looked at their sky and dreamed about what might be out there. Did they have myths, legends, something like Saphira, someone to keep their light alive? Or were they just gone, their story ending with no one to carry it forward? The planet is behind us now, shrinking into the distance, but I can't stop thinking about it. About the people who built those roads, who walked those towers, who looked at the same stars I see now. I wonder if they'd be happy to know that someone noticed, that someone saw their city and remembered them, even for just a moment. Maybe that's why I keep talking, ship. Because I don't want to be forgotten. Because even if no one hears me, even if my voice gets lost in the static of the universe, it feels like it matters. Like I matter. I'll carry their story with me, the story of a civilization that lived and dreamed on a planet without a sun. I'll remember their towers, their roads, their light. And maybe someday, someone will hear my story and carry it forward too.